wake up at my normal time with a pounding headache. I've been told that this is because my energy is blocked and I stop flowing. To get it going again, I place a solidite palm stone at my tailbone, the back of my heart chakra, +1 at the nape of my neck. The stones get the energy moving again. However, my question is, what is causing this while I'm sleeping?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that can be several things. One, it can be that the person is maybe not having enough fluid.
Yeah, water.
Drinking water. Secondly, it can be that person maybe is not linking with maybe herself in the right manner as she goes to sleep. Maybe she's going into a state where she's not fully appreciating who she is. So she's in a negative form.
Mm-hmm.
Thirdly, it can be that there are things maybe in her energy levels that are at this time trying very hard to open up her third eye.
Mm-hmm.
And as that happens, it will become blocked until she releases. I would say that's probably what it is with this person. I would say it is the third eye that's beginning to become a little bit more open and wants to open. So I would suggest that person sits before they go to sleep in their bed, wherever, and just ask for help with this.
Yeah.
And to ask that this becomes unblocked so that one can see what there is there for one to see and to be guided with.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah.
Number 27. Some people were taught to put up energy fields to protect themselves from thought forms or external influences. Now, as the world has become lighter and we are letting go of our fear, is it necessary?
As far as I'm concerned, no. I know people feel they need to do this, but to me that's fear-based.
Right, okay, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. 28. While being in lockdown, I know my vibrations have increased again. However, I am finding going back out into the world amongst people difficult. Do we need to increase our protection when I'm putting myself in a column of white light, or I don't feel it like I used to? I think basically the same sort of thing about the protection.
Well, yes, it's sort of like, well,
it's fear-based.
It's fear-based that you feel you've got to protect.
Mm.
You see, can I just say, when one enters the womb and enters the life force on earth, you've got this wavelength of love around you that brings you into life with the fullest protection ever.
Right.
And if one's habitat is worthy of this, then it will become even more worthy. So you grow with this. When you start feeling as though you need to place things around, then you're bringing that energy level down.
Right.
Because it's natural.
Okay.
Yes, in your mind, just ask and be in that love mode and feel that guidance and just link with that. But I understand people do this. I know it's what people are being taught a lot. Yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, it's far better to just allow it to be there and trust in your own abilities. Bring yourself into that space and just allow it to be.
I know we had a bombing in London, and I went up there with my family to go to do something. But I went along the riverbank, and I got affected by a real negativity, and I had to sit down and just breathe into my heart centre, and it changed it completely.
Yes.
So
it happens.
Yeah.
See, you lot are sensitive processes.
Yeah.
And the more sensitive you are, the more you're going to feel things. And yes, you need to feel that you are. Look, let's say when you go through these things as well, okay, I'll put it this way. If you feel something, there's something within you that needs to be disarranged. You're feeling it because something within you is attracting it. It's bringing you into that feeling. Oh. So it's making you feel that way. And it means there's something in there that needs to be let go of. Right. If you felt nothing at all through going places, which people do, don't they? Yeah. You feel nothing. It's because you've linked with a different energy level that doesn't need to be linked with that. Okay. You don't need to feel that. It's not part of your process. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't mean that someone's done something bad, or it doesn't mean someone has or hasn't. It means that you just are linked with that for a reason. And the worst thing to do is to fear it, because you build it up and it makes it worse, and you have a panic attack. So there's all these little pockets of energy that are around the universe, on the Earth's crust, around your own orbital system that bring you to this place. You have to work with these. You can't be free of working with some form of negativity at times. It doesn't mean it's someone bad there are going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Often it's yourself you're seeing. When you see these things, you think, oh, spirits or bad. It's you often, what you've been before.
Yeah.
Trying to say, can you let me go now?
Yeah.
So
like bad dreams and things.
Yes, lovely. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And when you go out and you feel these things around, yes, if one feels they want to place white light, all good and well. Not saying that's not the answer.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's really down to you whether or not you're affected by things.
I tend to be.
Do you? Yeah. It's all that's to do with your ear holes anyway. Talk about that another time. Believe it or not, it's to do with your ears,
Is it?
Yeah, it's a magnetic force that obviously at times has to bring the ears into a different
vibration.
Yes, and service, and that brings that in. Your ears are, what can I say, a little bit out of kilter.
Yeah, okay.
Sorted out something.
Okay.
Whatever, or your missus can.
Yeah.
She can blow in your ears.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Sorry, I've gone off track, haven't I?
Would you like a glass of water?
No, I'm alright.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop for the moment.
Right. We're doing well. Question 29. It feels like, excuse me, it feels like the correct time to evolve and change how we make money. For example, for me, it's about setting up an online shop for my ceramics and restarting my multidimensional coaching and healing. It seems crazy to do this. Am I reading the energy correctly? I feel this isn't just for me, but for many others.
Yeah, yes. Because if there's a pull somewhere for someone to feel something that they know within themselves is what their heart desires, then you go with it.
Right.
You don't need to question, because it's your intuition bringing you into it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And allowing you to feel that, and it will be for all, yes. And many people who are now what I call introverted are going to come out of themselves a lot more with all these great ideas that are going to make them realise that their life has to be now very different in what they do.
Okay.
And they're going to be there for more people and help more people and realise that everyone's joined at the umbilical cord, as I call it.
Okay.
You know, so yes.
Okay, good, thank
Go
you.
with it. It's a splendid thing.
Okay.
And I think this person will find that she might need something on her head when she does it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like,
yeah, it is.
Like a little bonnet or a bow.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Number 13, I'm getting muscle cramps all over my body, particularly my back, under the shoulder blades, near my heart chakra, and lower legs and feet. Happens all the time of the day and night. Is it just a magnesium deficiency or something else?
Yeah, well, the muscles, you see, travel around at a great rate of knots, even when you're even in your daytime state. So they really are taking on board a lot of frequencies. That's what's happening here with this person.
Okay.
So I would say best thing is like in a warm bath, if possible, as much as possible, to release a lot of the frequencies from around that part of the body, so that also one can be in a place with her guides and helpers to work through her to help. Surprising what goes on in the bath, you know.
Yes.
With the water.
Yeah. And maybe Epsom salts or not?
No.
Right.
Not for that. All you need is the water and the water babes, as I call them. They're cooler than the water babes.
Right.
They're guides and helpers.
Okay.
And that's all. It's just relaxing there, and that's what's going on there. And it's almost like there's no deficiency. No, I think this person looks after themselves very well. But I think this person will perhaps need at a later date maybe to what can I say? Link with, let's do with that then, okay. Exercise in a different way.
Right. Any specific,
Exercising.
like yoga or something, or
something a little bit more subtle, yes.
yeah,
Yes, lovely.
or
yeah.
Pilates.
Or hands, knees and the boomsy daisy.
Okay.
That's the best one.
All right.
Have you tried it?
I haven't. No.
Oh, good. Okay. That's all right.
It feels we are, number 31, it feels we are at a pivotal point in mankind's history on Earth. What can we do to help the light?
By just being yourself.
Yeah. Giving love.
Being who you are. Not being afraid of being who you are. Letting it all come out. That's what you come into Earth for, to the Earth for. To be, to breathe. Be who you are. Don't be afraid of telling someone you don't like what they're doing. There's weird ways and means.
Okay.
Don't keep it all in here. That changes the vibration inside you when you keep it all
I think
inside.
that's what we work with.
Isn't it?
So
You know that.
when you say, you just voice it.
Just voice it.
Not particularly to them, but to the ether.
Whatever, yeah, or write it down, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
It's letting it out the bag.
Yeah.
Being who you are, that's the best way. It's all you need to do,
Yeah.
really, in life, is to be who you are. Just be.
Okay. Number 32. Is unconditional love, in essence, part of every spiritual being, and does love remain, brackets forever, one of the highest and major topics throughout our spiritual evolution?
Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it? I think I was a nosy bugger that asked that one. It's interesting, ain't it? Well, yes, because that is really what everything's made up of, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it will increase in volume, but it will also increase in power. So as the power becomes stronger, it then blows away all the rubbish that's needed and makes everything become a lot lighter, transforms different things in ways that maybe we don't see now, but things will change, their activities will change, creatures will change, their habits. It will burst forth with all these things so that people will see that perhaps the world is in a greater place.
Yeah.
Yes.
But on Earth, there has to be a balance, doesn't there?
On Earth,
So there will be negative and
yes.
positive.
But as time goes on, it's going to start to unravel into a different system.
Okay.
As I said, over 80, 90 years.
Right.
That's going to be different. Then.
Okay.
It won't need as much input as it's got now.
Okay.
Because it won't be the same.
All right. Number 33. How does spirit express their love to each other? Is intimacy relevant in this context? And has the spirit mind an impact on the spirit body as the physical mind impacts on the physical body?
The spiritual sort of sense of recognition of love or friendship is there because it's the thoughts that actually dictate it. So it's there to be recognised by all when one is within that reach.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and as a physical process, obviously it's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've incarnated to be a product of a different sort of energy level.
Yeah.
So you have to have all the burdens of things attached to it to try and allow yourself to have the right connection with a physical link with somebody.
Okay. Number 34. What is ectoplasm and what is its purpose?
Well, ectoplasm is a natural form, isn't it, of cells that build up.
Right.
And it's like those cells are producing more cells. And then they can activate into a link that can be heard or felt.
All right. Is it a negative energy or positive, or doesn't matter?
Oh no, it's a very good energy.
Right.
It's a very good process of actually being who you are.
Okay.
You'll have this connection, and it's there to be, if you like, placed forward if needed. Otherwise it stays put. But
Okay.
it's there.
Okay.
On a vibrational level.
And what is its purpose?
Its purpose is to escalate through systems in the atmospheres to broaden the outlook of the form of identification within the soul. So it can bring about changes whenever needed, and when it can then show itself, its purpose is what is required only.
Okay. And question number 35, which is the last question.
Good heavens.
Is hypnosis similar to being in a state of meditation?
Yeah, that's another good one, isn't it? Hypnosis being. Right, the hypnotic state, I guess, is what it is. You feel, if you're not quite in your own sort of self. So it takes you to wherever it needs to accept its ability on that wavelength. So it can be produced by maybe another form that can show it maybe its own wavelength. But there are places within that hypnotic state that can be deeply transgressed into a form that will show them other things about themselves. And then it can show them maybe things or perhaps on a different level to what they were, perhaps remembering. So in a sense, with the link with meditation, it's a different form because it's actually yourself being who you are.
Right.
That's the difference.
Okay.
Yes.
From that though, with practitioners who do hypnosis on people,
yeah,
is that something that is looked upon as good to do or not as a good?
What, from our point of view, you
Yeah.
mean? Well, I think...
Yeah, because there are some people say that it's not a very good way to do healing, if you like.
Well, I think if the person's values who's doing this job,
yeah,
and they're in a position where they are enlightened,
yeah,
as to what is manifesting through a human being, then that's all good.
right, okay.
They can help that person.
Okay.
But if there are ones that are maybe not as enlightened,
yeah,
then it's a different ballgame. It can then, what can I say, it can break things down that needed to be built up.
Okay.
In that way.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
Yes and no.
Okay. Another question, with healing, or with energy workers, be it spiritual healing, Reiki, or any other healing in energy work, they're all basically the same, aren't they?
Yes, lovely.
So when people get hung
labels,
hung up about Reiki, it's not as good as this, that and the other, it's all the same energy, they're all the same source.
it's all an energy form that's required at that time for that person to work with, but there are times when maybe one field of that energy could be better for someone else, so forth. But it's what that person feels they are akin to. And you feel you are working with and that you're gathering up more energy. Yeah. That's the thing. Okay. So it's all like, I know Linda Linda doesn't like labels whatsoever. Yeah. Because to her it's just all the same thing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay.
So we would like to thank Nick and Violet and Mabel and all the team that have come through today. It's been very interesting. I found it very interesting, and I hope everyone else finds it interesting.
God bless you, mate.
So thank you very much.
We're very happy to have been here. Thank you.
I would like to do it again at some stage.
Yes, any time.
So
just ask, we'll be there.
Okay.
You know, and God bless everybody that's listening to this. I hope it's been of some help, and God bless all of you. May your lives be a lot easier for you now in the world. May you go forward in all that you need to and you deserve. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ta-da.
Thanks very much, and thank you. I'll switch that.